Stay tuned for another episode of Life in Chaos.
I'd like to shout out Sidewalks for keeping me off the streets.
Hello.
And welcome back to Life in Chaos.
Welcome to the chaos portion of life.
I have a really bad one.
That's a good one, Elizabeth.
How many ears does Captain Kirk have? 3. The left ear, the right ear, and the final frontier. I'm Jennifer, and with me I have
Kelly.
and
I don't want to be here.
You broke her.
I did. How do you stop a bull from charging?
Take away its credit card.
Cancel its credit card. I went on Amazon to buy a lighter, but all they had were 3,472 matches.
That was pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that.
Some graduate with honors, but I'm just honored my kids graduated.
There's that, you know. Some of us are just like pushing and hoping and pray that they get there.
I used to think I was a morning person, but then I had kids. Now I'm more of a give me all the coffee person. Facts. And today we are talking about stop performing, start being real.
Don't tell me what to do.
How to actually be genuine. Jesus Christ.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Hey, fine. Disclaimer. Take the advice if you want it. How often are you actually being yourself, Elizabeth?
100% of the time.
And how often are you performing, Kelly? Go.
Am I performing or is she?
I don't know.
But that's dangerous.
That would be interesting. Huh? Curtain call.
Let's define performing, shall we?
Go ahead.
Like, are we talking dressing up and like?
Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait.
Not like that.
Damn. You gotta give me something juicy.
I'm very vanilla.
I lost my train of thought.
That train has gone off the rails.
Candy bars pronouns.
M&M's.
Her and she.
Hershey.
Her and she.
Hershey. You
Um,
like caramel? Nutty Center. Face.
What? What kind of candy bar are you thinking of?
Snickers. Pack full of nuts.
chock full of nuts.
Anyway, welcome.
Mr. Goodbar. What is your
No.
favorite candy, by the way?
Mine?
Uh-huh.
Right now, I like Baby Ruth.
Ew. Gross. Baby Ruth. Mm-mm.
No, I would say my favorite is a whatchamacallit.
Yes, those are pretty good.
No, that's the name of it. Who's on first?
Do. Kelly, what's your favorite candy?
My favorite candy right now, because it's Easter time, is Cadbury cream eggs.
Ew.
I know.
I also like Lifesaver gummy rings. But really, I prefer the ones you get at Halloween that are the big single packet in trick or treat.
I like the butterscotch Lifesaver.
Yeah.
I'm an old church lady and candy in the bottom of my purse.
The other thing I really like are the marshmallow crispy peeps.
Oh, I'm doing a guessing game at work, and it's marshmallow M&Ms. Yep. Don't ask.
How you doing it?
No, so it's a jar,
Uh-huh.
and I counted out X amount.
Oh, it's like
But
yes,
they're
I know.
marshmallow M&Ms.
I've never seen that. I tried the peanut butter and jelly one.
That sounds horrific.
They were okay.
That
I
sounds
wouldn't do it
like I
again,
would-
but
Gross. No. My favorite candy is Werther's Originals.
I
You know,
like
an old white man.
I eat. I got you one better. My husband's favorite candy are those soft peppermints.
Wait, soft ones like that
Mhm.
melt in your mouth.
Yep.
I like those.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep, that's his favorite.
You know, you used to go to restaurants like 30 years ago, and
And
they
the
would have a
bu
dish
the
of them,
yeah, the
and you just
buttermints.
reach in.
Yes. Oh my god, that's so disgusting.
Like that would never happen now.
Oh, girl.
But I remember that. I love those, man.
They did a study on the bowl of mints under a microscope and how much feces matter was on
Oh
those
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Nasty.
Or how much is on your toothbrush?
Well, we keep our toothbrushes covered.
Ours are in a different.
room.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hide your toothbrush, people.
can't touch wife.
And close your toilet when you
Yeah,
flush.
oh my god, yes, because that shit
You
gets
know
on your
what?
towels. Shit gets on the walls.
What if you
Gross.
didn't?
What if you didn't take a shit and you
Mhm.
just pee pee?
Yeah,
And your pee pee gets everywhere.
only for a boy.
Guess what?
At least like
It sprays when the toilet flushes.
not if I'm still sitting on it.
Hey, we almost got a dog.
What?
Okay, last weekend, this is what had happened was, we were out and about. We got up late, like crazy late, and we never get up that late. And I woke up and I go, I want to go out to breakfast. Cool. So we finally leave the house 2 hours later, and we
2
go,
hours later.
we go out to breakfast, and we randomly start talking about dogs. And my daughter is afraid of dogs. She does not
There's one that
like.
needs a home.
It's cute as hell, but too big.
It's only 30 pounds.
30.
Yeah.
They won't
big.
make 10.
She won't like it. It's too big for her. So, but which is crazy to me. So we go to this place and we're looking at dogs. And I don't want to say the place because it's a store, not a shelter. And
Places still have dogs?
yes, I didn't say we were buying one. I just said we went there looking.
That's actually, I mean, it's not a bad idea if you have a child who's fearful. Like,
Correct.
just to
right?
see, like,
Because
Well,
shelters,
it's
some of them
controlled.
are bigger
Yeah,
and
and it's
she
very
freaks-
loud and shit,
Yeah,
too.
she freaks out. She doesn't like loud noise.
I wasn't suggesting a shelter. If you want a purebred dog, find a good breeder
Oh,
because
yeah. For
it
sure.
while it's easy to go in and pick one out,
Mm-hmm.
the health and way those dogs were
Yeah. We
bred.
She said they were
just
looking, not
we were
buying there.
window shopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and we've slapped my hand, but we did buy a puppy years ago, my husband and I, from a store. And we walked in and we saw him, and the guy goes, if it's green and folds, you can have it. And I was like, to the bank. And so we came home with a dog and we had him for many years. But anyhow, so
Oh,
we went.
My family had gotten dogs like that too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
It was a
that was the way-
Charles Spaniel.
That was the way we used to do it. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's all we
really.
knew back then, right?
Although, it's funny. With my father, they always bought pet store dogs. With my mom, we always had rescues.
Mm. You got the best of
Well,
both, essentially.
until the last one that I bought, but I got a purebred dog for $150. That was a steal.
Yeah.
But I bought him for my mom. He was never my mom's dog.
So we go and we're looking at all the dogs. And my daughter, I asked her, I said, how are you feeling? Because, they're all barking and excited and stuff. And she says, I'm okay. And so she's walking past, and one dog literally smacks its paw up on the glass. And she stops and she turns and he just at her. And so she stands there and she's like smiling at me. And I said, okay. So I kind of watched her. Then she walked on, but that dog kept watching her and like pawing at the glass. And I said, Mama, come back. And because in public, we don't call our kids by
Yeah, you never
their
know what
names.
they're going to.
And so I said, come back. And so she came back and the dog again was jumping around, showing for her. My son was playing with another dog. That dog was beautiful, by the way. And he walked away and that dog was like, I was like, we're not walking out of here
With 2
3
dogs.
dogs.
3?
Because there was
He's got
another
more
one
for
that
you.
was like, no, because
Oh.
there was one eyeing my husband. Right? And so, so we're, going about, and I bend down and I tell my daughter, I said, that dog just picked you. I said, you never pick a dog. The dog picks you. And so when she looked again, she's just like, I said, well, do you want to go into the room with it?
Like, pet
and
it or
pet it and see how you do? And she is like, I don't know. And I said, okay, I'm not going to push.
Yeah.
Right. So we're standing there for a while and I'm then talking to my son and I turn around and she's still playing with this dog. I thought she done went down and looked at other. She's still playing with this dog. And so I turn back and I say, okay, are you ready to? She's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, you sure you want to take it out? And she's like, yeah. And so I said, okay. So I turned and I talked to the lady. I'm like, how do we go about, having her introduced to this dog or whatever? And so the lady goes, oh, you scan this and we'll bring it out. And I said, okay.
Like it's okay.
So I said, well, let me double check one more time
Uh-huh.
just to be sure. And so when I turned around, I was like, she's going to bring it, but I want to make sure you're okay. And she goes, Mommy, I don't think so. And I said, oh,
Valid.
shit. I said, okay. Just knock my microphone away. I said, okay, I'm going to leave it alone. You've given me your point, right? So we end up leaving and she goes, I want to go back and I want to see. And I'm like, oh. So I said, okay, we'll come back another day. Well, this weekend's supposed to be really nice and da da da. And so I think I'm gonna take her back today just to look.
Mhm.
But it was a mini Aussie.
You don't want that dog.
Mm-mm. They're beautiful.
They are beautiful,
Like,
but they are such a working breed and they are a herding breed, and that dog will be nipping your daughter's ankles all
you
the
get
time.
I know. So,
Yeah.
but my son was drawn to a Cavapoo, and I'm like, that dog was absolutely gorgeous. And we've had a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel in the past, and number one, they're great apartment dogs. Okay. But 2, they're also really, really, really good with kids. And so the one that was eyeing my husband was a Cavalier, and it was a girl, and she looked just like an old dog. And so he had to walk out. He's like, I can't be here. So he walked out. But anyways, long story short is we were close.
I always want to do that. One of those, not right now, obviously, where they sit a bunch of people in a room.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
And just
and
let
then
the dogs in, and the dogs,
in.
because it looks like they run exactly to one person where they know exactly where they are. And
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
like I want to see what picks me.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when when you think about your funeral, you're like, oh, who would come?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, kind of weird, like
A little morbid, but I get it. But yeah, like
who's gonna pick? Who's
would
gonna pick
me? Or a game of dodgeball.
Excuse me.
Am I gonna get picked last? Oh my god, it's so cute.
Baby hubs.
With the little shamrock ears. Love it.
The last time well, that's not true. It's getting ready to lie. The last time he wore something and didn't destroy it. But that's not true because lately he's worn a sweatshirt after his surgery.
Oh.
But we also have one that would rather be in a sweatshirt or sweater because he gets cold berries.
Interesting.
He's from Mississippi.
I was gonna say, your dog have is your dog anemic?
No, he has no, like his coat.
His
is
coat's
so
really
thin.
thin.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So
See?
oh, so cute. Some big ass dogs. So we're going to stop performing and start being real, and we're going to figure out how to actually be genuine. So, how often are you actually being yourself, and how often are you performing at work, on social media, in relationships, even around people you love? Haha. Pause. Have y'all watched Age of Affection
Mm-mm.
on Netflix? That's not the name of the show. Age of Attraction.
Well,
I said that
to be
with
fair,
such
we haven't seen
confidence.
either.
Okay, Age of Attraction. So the concept of it is
Is it a game show or a reality show
it's a dating show.
Okay.
You've heard of Love is Blind, where they go into pods and they can't date each other? Okay, so this concept is a little different. So it's a bunch of people. They get on this resort up in Canada. Okay, first of all, beautiful resort, and they speed date with each other. The number one rule is you cannot ask how old they are. Okay. So if you make a connection with someone, you go into what they call the promise room, and they give you these rings to put on the opposite hand to promise to commit to this whole experience and see this through and see what happens. Okay. In the promise room is where you pretty much let everything that you haven't talked about out in the open, you let it out there. Okay. And you also let out the age. So a large majority of them were around the same age. Of course, they're not going to air the normal people. They're going to air the ones that have an age gap between 16 and 33-year difference. There's a guy,
Was he the older one?
60, and the girl he decided to match with was 27.
Sounds about right.
And his daughter is about her age. First of all, it's disgusting. Anyhow, she told him that she wanted to.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah, that she's practicing celibacy. Wait a second.
Not us, my father.
Wait a second. Kelly said,
God. No, my father. Like,
Uh-huh.
oh my. No.
And,
No.
I was like, what the hell?
So he failed to tell. Okay, so the girl had said that she was celibate. Okay. And of course, in his mind, he's like, okay, but really not okay. But what he failed to tell her was that he has 2 kids, and that did not tell her that he had them when they were in the promise room. But also in the promise room, he says that he wants to have more children. Boo boo, you're 60. You are going to rob your children of you, right? But he wanted to be married and have these kids. Okay, fine, whatever. They get out into the real world. He finally tells her that he has 2 children from a previous relationship that are 32 and 27, some shit like that. Yeah. Or 23 and 27. But yet he wants more kids. So then they end up not like working out because
Thank
she's
God.
saying that she wants to be celibate, but she was doing everything else except for intercourse. And he's like, you're giving me mixed signals.
Mm.
And she's like, that's not what I'm wanting to do. I want to do that. I'm waiting until marriage to do that part. And he's like, then what the hell did we just? It was crazy. It was crazy. Netflix be showing some stuff.
Mhm.
But they didn't show that. They just like I read everything through closed caption. So I'm reading it. I'm like, ew. But anyhow, Age of Attraction is the name of the show. And I brought it up because are you performing as actually being yourself, or are you performing in a relationship? And all these reality relationship shows are nothing but a fucking performance.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And they're full of shit. Anywho,
Yeah, I mean, most reality shows are.
that's true. Well,
Some of them are still fun to watch,
Because
but
reality is unpredictable,
But
and you
in the
can't do that.
beginning, they weren't that. Okay, maybe I'm delusional.
Mhm.
Am I delulu? Okay. Somewhere along the way, a lot of us learn how to be palatable.
Palatable.
Thank you.
We hit the time of the day where
Jesus.
Jennifer can't say words.
It's only the second episode. Likable, easy to deal with, and not always genuine. So today we're here to talk about it. How to stop performing and start being real.
Oh my God. That is like the slogan for Real World.
Yeah.
What happens when people stop being nice and start being
Being
real?
real. Why being genuine feels hard now. Being genuine sounds simple, but it's not always easy because we've been conditioned to fit in,
That's a human state.
avoid conflict.
There are some people who are conditioned to be that way, mostly of the female persuasion.
Be agreeable.
Exactly.
Be on time. Oh, wait. Be on all the time. I was going to say
Be on time.
That ain't true. Be on all the time. And let's not ignore social media made this even harder because now there's pressure to curate your personality,
hmm
filter your thoughts, present a version of yourself that always looks good, but that version is not always real. What's the difference between being liked and being real?
Liked means you're performing to keep people happy,
Mm.
and real
It
is
depends on the friend.
Yeah, I mean, you would hope that with your friends you can be honest,
Your
but I
true,
don't
authentic
necessarily
self.
know that that's real.
What, being honest with your friends?
Yeah, sometimes the right thing to do is to not be honest.
That's actually, I'm going to say valid because sometimes your friends, depending on how they process, are not always going to accept
Right.
your real, honest, authentic answers. They don't want to
Or they're
hear.
not in a place to be able to handle that.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that your boo sucks. Like, they don't want to hear that.
All right. I have a question though.
Sure.
When we define being authentic as being real
Mhm.
and honest,
Mhm.
I don't think that precludes being considerate.
Hmm. Why?
Because having empathy
Oh.
and having compassion
Mm-hmm. Compassions for strangers.
are aspects of people that are just as authentic and real as being brutally honest. And in cases where you are caring for someone
Mm-hmm.
in a genuine way, that is authentic.
Hmm.
It's more of a like I'm much realer and authentic in my personal relationships. I'm much more performative in like a work situation.
Okay.
Um
Well, I feel like
and I think the difference
a lot. Yeah.
is, are you doing it because you're trying to avoid negative consequences, or are you doing it because you personally sense that this is the right thing to do?
Hmm.
Um
Hmm.
And I think a lot of performative is to avoid negative confluent. I can't talk either. Negative
Don't.
consequences and be in a situation where it improves your safety.
Hmm.
Whereas
Excuse me.
being authentic
Mhm.
means kind of embracing yourself and your feelings and your truth. And that truth can be that to take care of this person you really care about, you aren't going to be brutally honest with them.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that person you
Sometimes that person needs it.
need to.
Sometimes they need it,
Yeah.
and you absolutely can do that.
Yeah.
But at that point, you feel like that's the right thing to do when you're operating from an authentic place of doing the right thing.
I also feel like it's about you have to know how to properly read someone too.
Well, and sometimes you can phrase things very differently that are very real and very brutal
Mm-hmm.
in a nicer way. Like, you flower it up
Yeah.
to where it doesn't sound like you're being just, you know,
Vindictive.
yeah, like that outfit is horrendous. You should change. You're like, Oh, are you comfortable?
Right.
Great, let's go.
Right. I mean, you know, I use my kids a lot in examples because they're tiny little humans that, we're molding into adults eventually. And I have those conversations with my daughter, but I say it in a way that doesn't hurt her feelings, right? She's 6.
Mm-hmm.
I know what triggers her. So she she came out one day. I don't know what the hell she thought she was wearing, but she was expressive, very expressive in her attire. And I looked at her and I said, hi, pumpkin. What's that? And she's like, I have on a dress, I have on pants, and like, she's going through all this. And I go, well, can I ask a question? She's like, yeah. I said, why are you wearing pants with the dress?
She's a modern woman.
Right. And she's like, well, I didn't want to wear tights. And I was like, okay. I'm like, let's go. You're happy. I love you. You like it. I love it. But instead of saying to her, get in that room, go change, put this on, because I know if I would have done that, and I have done that in a negative tone, she shuts down and she is a completely different child. And then I have to fight with her, and then I have to lose my shit, and then and it
It's
becomes
frustrating for everybody.
It is very, very frustrating for everybody. Being liked and being genuine are not the same thing. Being liked often means saying what people want to hear,
Mhm.
avoiding discomfort, and keeping things surface level. Being genuine means saying what's true for you, being honest even when it's awkward, and showing up as you are, not as expected. And sometimes being real means not everyone not everyone will like you. I live in a land of I don't give a fuck.
I live in a land where everyone's scared of me because I'm intimidating.
You're not.
Mhm.
You have the days of fuckery to find out. But
Fuck around and find out.
intimidating.
No, I'm
It's not a bad thing.
I'm not it 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 doesn't surprise me as much anymore because I've heard it so much.
Mhm.
But when I first started hearing it, I was like, I'm the least intimidating person
Mhm.
you know.
Mhm.
That is not how I feel inside in any way.
Be scared. Blink twice if you're in trouble.
I'm just kidding.
I know you are.
Where we learned to perform. Most of us didn't just wake up one day and decide to be performative. We learned it from wanting approval,
From wanting to belong.
from avoiding rejection. Listen to Breaking Generationals.
I think a lot of it too goes back to empathy. Like, how empathetic are you?
Yeah.
If you see that something you have said has hurt somebody, or then you may not want to do that again.
You might not want to, but you still might.
Yeah, but I mean, like I'm thinking like at work or whatever, because you want to fit in, because you want to be liked, and just because that's who
Yeah.
you are,
Yeah.
Well, I think even at home, like when you were muttering under your breath, see breaking generational
Yeah.
trauma, it's like there is a time in your life when you realize that some of your behavior is really not helping either you or the people that love you.
Yeah. It's almost a trauma response.
It is.
Something that you've been through so much in your life that it's
And
just
then
easier to do it this way than
and you realize you have to change because you can't do that
It
to
doesn't.
your child, to your spouse, to
does not help.
it's not even that it doesn't help. It's that it's damaging.
Yeah.
And it's a situation like for me, I have a serious temper.
Mm.
But I am a person who will lose my shit and be fine.
Mhm.
It's like, it's over, it's done. Let's move on. But I grew up in a very traumatic situation where that behavior is what happened to me all the time, and it wasn't fine, and it was extremely mean. And so I found myself being really mean, and I was like, no, I can't do this. And so I want to be really careful that we call out that being authentic does not mean being an asshole.
Okay.
No, but it's interesting too. Like, Kelly is very much a get mad, blow up, get over it. Like, it's a quick thing, and I'm not.
Right.
I've got a very long fuse. When that fuse runs out, everybody run. But it's like, which one is more genuine? Like, you would say Kelly's, because, like, let's get it out in the open, let's get it done with.
Deal with it.
And me, just little things pile on. Because at the time, it's like, okay, is this worth causing a battle over? Is this worth tears and yelling?
Right.
No. So we move on. But by the time you get to the fifth, is this worth? It's like, oh, fuck it. Yeah, it is. Let's do it. You know?
Is being inauthentic exhausting?
Inauthentic? I would like to say I'm authentic 90% of the time.
No.
Oh.
Sorry. I watch you in social situations and with people, and you're on and you're friendly and you're peopling, and you get home and you are completely exhausted and wiped out and drained. And
Peopling is exhausting.
But I'm just saying, being authentic doesn't necessarily fit with what that is showing me.
Or maybe it's exhausting being authentic.
Okay. Okay.
Or in a room full of people, maybe you authentically like a certain number, and there may be two you're like, oh, it's so good to see you. Da, da, da. I wish you would not really, but you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't think there's a clear-cut answer.
Do you think?
Okay, I would agree with you on that.
What about keeping up a certain image? Like keeping
I
up
got
with the
time for that.
Joneses.
I don't care enough.
I think we both are over that.
Yeah.
Okay. Manage how you're perceived. So Kelly, you said that people are intimidated by you, but that's their perception until they get to know you.
Well, and
I wouldn't say till they get to know her.
No?
I'm still intimidated by her, and I've known her for 20-something years. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
no.
It's just like, it's you, and we accept it, and we move on. Yeah, I mean, it's not a...
No, I'm
it's
not.
not a slight. It's not an insult. It's not a...
No, but it's not something that I'm performing either.
Yeah. It's just who you are.
And like, there are times now that I'm more aware of it that I use it. Typically
In
not on
certain
my
situations.
family, but it surprises me still to hear that you find me that way. But I grew up in a place where intimidation was management.
Well, and I don't like
Confrontation.
I don't like feeling yelled at. I don't like loud fighting noises, which is funny because I didn't grow up in a house where that was.
Yeah.
But it's like, I will do.
But you didn't grow up in a house where that was, so having that now or having that later in life, it's going to be, hey, whoa, that's too loud. I'm not used to this because I didn't grow up in this. I'm not an argumentative person.
Oh, I'm definitely argumentative. That's
Mhm.
different.
Almost as argumentative as our son.
Yeah, his mother.
Put an S on that. Ma'am. That child has your attitude too.
Whose?
What attitude?
Personality.
I hate that.
It's a split, literally, of the both.
Yeah,
of you. How the fuck is that even
I know, right?
possible?
It's you know, having two parents
Mm-hmm.
who have raised you, having only some genetic tie
Yeah,
to one of them,
has
it's a
literally
fascinating sociological
yes,
study. Like it really is. Like
yes. It's
he writes the same way Kelly does, and
Mhm.
but his sense of humor and his like, oh, that's me.
yeah.
And it's like things you can't teach,
Ex-
you know?
Something happened. The
Yeah.
universe definitely shifted both of y'all into fused you into one. Can you be surrounded by people and still feel unseen?
Absolutely.
How often do you feel that you were very quick to say yes?
All the time.
Really?
Not like 100% of the time, but like
Majority.
daily.
Okay. Do you feel the same way? Being surrounded by people and still feel unseen?
I think yes, but I'm much less surrounded by people than Elizabeth is.
Facts. Yeah.
So I don't know that it's on the same level as what she deals with.
I actually was in a very interesting situation recently where I was surrounded by coworkers at this event, and there is one particular coworker who does not like me for some reason. 0 fucks given. And they purposely reached in front of me as if I was not there to shake the hand of someone else. So what did I do? I backed myself on up out of that, walked my ass on around, and went and said hi to somebody else. You're not going to do
And there's somebody at work that I feel like does not like me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really give a shit. But at the same time, it's like, you don't even know me.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't bothered to talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
He will talk to Kelly for hours. I don't know if he thinks I am below his level or.
Well, he can.
But I'm like.
She won't let me talk to him, though.
Not about that. Like, you know. But it's like, even the other day.
Because you'll bring it up.
I will put him in his place.
Yeah.
But, like, even the other day, it was one of the days it was cold.
Oh, pick one.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
And it was raining.
Monday. Monday.
No. This was like
not the tornado day.
No. It was raining. I'm not like pouring, but like, and so I'm like, okay, kids, we're staying inside.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. And for whatever reason, he was in the area that we do inside PE, and he didn't need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was by choice.
Right.
And he's like telling the kids, "You guys should go outside. You won't melt." I'm like, "No, but I might." And I'm like, "Go somewhere else. You got a problem?" Like,
yeah. Do you want to teach this class?
I have said so many like hi. I've been friendly. I don't know how many times, and he ignores me.
Well, I need you to jump onto my non-Epstein Island. I don't give a fuck.
Oh no, I really don't care. I mean, the only thing I care about is he seems to be mean to my child.
Oh,
for no reason, and I'm like,
I still have that one position available. I'm just saying. But then you lose eyes on your child, and that's not okay. All right.
But I have plenty of time to make sure that everything's going well, and I'm not a problem being a squeaky wheel.
There you go. What being genuine actually looks like. Being genuine doesn't mean oversharing everything. It means alignment. Your thoughts, your words, and your actions match.
I've got something.
Okay.
It can also be a problem when somebody finds out you're seeming to be very generous, but in fact, it is not, or was not, it was not. For instance, when my mother passed away, um, or was in the hospital, passing away, I guess, um,
Last moments.
my father showed up and seemed supportive, and that meant everything to me at the time.
Yeah.
And I found out later, Kelly had called him and said,
And told him he was an asshole.
and he needed to be there and he needed to be supportive.
Mhm.
And that sort of broke me, not because she did that, but because it shattered that piece of safety, or like, oh, you finally did something.
Mhm. Mhm.
And, you know,
I
not
kept
being
my
mad,
dad from calling him.
yeah, not being mad at Kelly for doing that. I
Yeah.
appreciate it because I needed it,
Right.
but the disappointment and the hurt that it wasn't genuine, it
Mhm.
wasn't of his own,
Fruition. Yeah.
like, that hurt
Prerogative.
worse than anything,
Mhm.
you know?
Oh,
So,
my dad adopted Elizabeth like the day he met her.
Mhm.
he would tell me I was his favorite daughter.
Yeah.
He has 3 of
3
them.
But like he actually, while we were going, and this is the time of year that it happened, so it's all very front and center in our minds.
Yesterday was 13 years since I lost my mom.
Okay.
But she liked watching Chuck Norris, like Walker, Texas Ranger and stuff.
Mhm.
So she's probably like, "Ooh, here we go." Yeah.
But he called me, my father called me and was like, "What's going on?"
Mhm.
And is her dad being a dad?
Mhm.
And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "I'll call him. Give me his number right now."
Mm.
And I was like, "I got this one, Dad."
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
And Elizabeth was so happy that he showed up, and he stayed and did what he needed to do in that moment.
Yeah, but that took you calling him and telling him.
Oh, I understand that,
Yeah.
and I felt very conflicted about it,
Mhm.
but I wasn't with her and couldn't support her
Yeah.
at that moment, and she needed someone to be there.
Yeah.
And her mom's sister was already on the crazy train a little bit,
Mhm.
and uh there was a lot of other things going on,
Mhm.
so I made the judgment call at that time to
Put him out there. Yeah.
remind him that he was a father and he needed to act like one.
But just saying, sometimes when you come across as genuine and you aren't, and it's later revealed,
Mhm.
that's more devastating than if you had just been
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever at the beginning.
That's true. Mm.
So I'm still sorry for it, but
That wasn't on you.
no, I know. I 100% know. And the reality is he was stuck in a place where he was still a fucking teenage boy.
Mm.
And
Did they ever really grow up?
Well, no, but it also, it hurt him to see my mom, because he even said to me at one point, it should be me there, not her. And in my head, I'm like, you're damn right.
Mhm.
But I can't change that.
So how can we start being more genuine? Let's start small. You don't have to flip your whole personality overnight. Please don't. But you can try. Say what you actually think respectfully. Jesus. Stop forcing conversations that don't feel natural. You know, square peg, round hole. Notice when you're people pleasing and allow silence instead of filling space. Be honest about what you want. And most importantly, get comfortable with being misunderstood. Be authentic, because authenticity
There you go.
doesn't guarantee approval. It guarantees alignment.
And with that,
With that. So ask yourself, where in my life am I performing the most? Is it work, relationships, social media, family dynamics? And what would it feel like to show up just a little more real? Not perfect, just honest. I hope that some of what we share resonates with some of you, that you're able to take a stand and protect your peace, um, against family, against work, against relationships, against whatever, that you are now a stronger person for it. But the truth about being genuine, the right people don't need a performance. They connect with your honesty, your realness, your imperfections. And when you start being genuine, so stop chasing connection and start experiencing it. Questions, comments, concerns, ladies?
I would say that being authentic, even in a place where you have to be somewhat performative, like work,
Mm-hmm.
makes for stronger relationships and better outcomes.
Okay. Yep. Mm. How would you like to close out, my dear?
I agree.
I was gonna make a joke about the old bed, but then it fell apart. Bye.
Goodbye.
Visit us at lifeandchaospodcast.com to learn more about your chaos coordinators and find all the ways to listen.